are listening to the Balancing Act podcast. Here's your hosts, Jamie Wonko and Joe Vitale.
All right, I want to sing it. It's the final countdown. I'm sorry, everybody. I had to do it. Hey,
well,
guess
that
what?
was a hey, good morning, wasn't it?
Yeah,
If you were listening
wasn't
first thing.
Yeah, exactly. So, listen. Hey, we're officially recording, and we're officially recording our season finale, ladies and gentlemen.
Season 3 finale, Mr. Vitale.
Season 3 finale. Sorry, I'm so excited. I'm Joe Vitale. She's Jamie Wonko. We are the Balancing Act podcast, and we are so happy that you guys are here joining us for our final episode of this season.
And this whole season, season 3.
The whole shebang.
The whole shebang was brought
Yes.
to you by our presenting sponsor, Teachers Insurance Plan.
Yes,
Check out
it
their
was.
website for more information and to get a quote. Teachers Insurance Plan, auto insurance that brings exclusive educator savings and exceptional customer care to New Jersey and Pennsylvania educational employees.
Yeah.
Woo! And that means we're just a drop away from Teacher Week at the beach.
Yeah, we might as well mention that now.
That's right.
For sure, if you are listening at the season finale, Teachers Insurance Plan does Teacher Week at the beach. It is a little event that they sponsor. It is, Jamie, do you have the dates in front of you? Because I don't happen to have them in front of me.
Teacher Week.
So Jamie will look that up
the
while I
beach.
talk about it. It's a couple days that you get to register. You can go down to Point Pleasant, and you get to go on the beach by Jenkinson's.
I mean, free beach passes and more, Mr. Vitale.
Yeah, free beach passes. You get a choice between the aquarium and also or mini golf.
Yes,
So you can
and
go down
Teacher
there
Week,
with your family.
Week at the Beach registration is live.
Yes, it is.
So you can go on, you can register, and it's 3 days of summer fun. Wednesday, July 29th, Thursday, July 30th, and Friday, July 31st.
Yeah.
Teachers Insurance Plan is crazy excited to treat our New Jersey and Pennsylvania educators to complimentary beach passes for themselves and for a guest.
Nice.
Yes, it is, along with their choice of aquarium or mini golf passes. Passes are limited, so be sure to register early.
Yes. And you never know. You might even see your favorite podcasters there this summer. Who knows?
And
Yes.
Nick Ferroni.
And Nick Ferroni.
Maybe?
I mean,
Question mark?
maybe.
Nick Ferroni?
Maybe Nick Ferroni.
Ah.
Yeah. I mean, if there's a guy you want to see shirtless, it's probably Nick Ferroni over me. That's for sure. I mean, you know, it's a handsome devil. The guy's always lifting on the Nick. You know we love you. My man is lifting on the social media and you know.
I mean, we're not
collaborating.
going to look away. We are not going to look away.
Collaborating with like Crunch or Retro Fitness. The only crunching I'm doing is potato chips. Okay, that's yeah. Look at that segue. I'm a pro.
We are stoked. We were at Teacher Week at the Beach last year.
Yeah, it was fun.
And
It was only 6,000 degrees.
It was.
Yeah, I
And
think.
then, if you remember,
Yes.
because we're going to get into today, we're going to get into Monumental Moments from season 3.
Yeah.
And I do recall from Teacher Week at the Beach, we walked off of the sand for a little lunch parlay, and we went into Jenkinson's, and
We did.
your son, who I am like, I'm a sucker for you, was like eyeing up. He couldn't decide which lunch to get.
Okay.
And there was a lot of
I don't
discussion
remember
back
this
and
as
forth.
vividly as you do.
Because
Yes.
you probably were, looking and thinking of something else. And he, should I get this? And should I get that? And should I get this? And he couldn't decide. And I was like, whatever he doesn't get, I'm going to get the other thing that he was like, trying to figure, which is what I did. So I ended up with a lunch pail, a sand pail filled with French fries and nuggies. And then, it was like table sharesies. And we actually used that pail
Oh, we did. That's right.
for our questions at the NJEA convention in November. And I kept it. It was like, yeah. Oh,
Shout out
Joey.
Joey and his gluttony. I love you. No, I'm kidding.
Joey. No,
we
it was
love you,
very
buddy.
good. I mean,
Yeah.
it was really, and it was very hot. So it was we had to go inside for a little bit. And that's what's so great about Jenkinson's Boardwalk is that you could, go over and go to the aquarium, take a walk through. The penguins are my favorite. Or you can go, and have lunch, and it was terrific.
And you could stay late enough to go to Jenkinson's and fist pump it like we used to do back in the day.
I spent 2 New Year's Eves at Jenkinson's.
That's crazy.
It was crazy. That's where actually I welcomed the year 2000.
Mine was at Kathmandu in Trenton,
Oh my
right by.
gosh.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
went there.
yeah,
went
Kathmandu by
there.
Trenton. Yep.
Was that because your college was near there?
Oh yeah. hmm
Oh my goodness.
So
Because I didn't date anybody but Jason Wanko, but I may have known somebody that was like from that area, and we may or may not have gone there several times. Wow. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. We never talked about that. Imagine if we were there like
we might
at
we
the
might have
same
been at the same
time.
time. You were I was not. I was probably just hanging out drinking some beers in a corner somewhere. I was not a kind of guy. Trust me. It was not my jam.
I was definitely woo woo. Yes.
Yeah, mine was 99 2000, so that was my first year teaching, and we did like Y2K, and that we went to we dressed up and we went to Kathmandu, and we had like a big it was a dinner and drinks and the whole thing. I remember my best friend
I remember
from Indiana
going out
was in
on
town.
going out on the boardwalk and being like, oh, are the cell phones working? Because that was a real thing. Everybody was, we were kind of like, meh, it wasn't like we were, putting water in our basements and gathering like some people were like doom prepping, but it was definitely like, okay, are we good? Are we fine? Are we okay? Yes, we're good. Yeah. Oh, good times.
For sure. We're just waxing nostalgic today. Lots of stuff going on.
Junibration. I know.
Yes.
And we're celebrating season 3. We're looking forward to season 4.
Yes.
And we are already making some plans for that. But before we look ahead,
which
we're
we'll
going
talk
to take
about
a minute or two to reminisce on our major monumental moments of season 3.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes. So we interviewed some really fantastic people this year. And of course, just recently we had Dr. Noelle Santorelli back on, and she's had a banner year where she was on Tamron Hall and all sorts of really amazing experiences. We had, of course, educator Andrea back. She just released her book, which is awesome. And we had talked to her, I remember, way back in the fall. Was she our first guest this season?
I think she was. Yeah, she was our season kickoff. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I remember her talking about the book and the date the book was going to be coming out, and and now of course we're past that. And so we've had some really really superb guests and met some really new and amazing educators.
Yeah, we did.
And experts in their respective fields. And so was there any particular person or any particular topic that really spoke to you this year?
Well, they kind of go hand in hand.
Okay.
Number one, and this answer, the favorite thing that we've done, favorite thing, I think the best work that we've done, and I'll comment on a couple other things too, is the episode we did down at the convention where we did the little, our sand bucket, and we asked questions of all the county teachers of the year, and just, the universe works in mysterious ways. We met a whole bunch of amazing people. And we also met Stephanie Lockenauer while we were down there. And within minutes of having a conversation with her, I was like, yep, she's just an absolute dynamo, and she's smart and wise. And
I was
somebody's heart was aflutter. But no, she's just wrote a book on mindfulness, and the class that she teaches, just she's one of those people that you meet and you go, oh, this is a dynamic person. And then it wound up, we talked back and forth, and I was like, you need to be on the show. We got to have you on. I really enjoyed just that brief talking with you. And I was at the convention. She's like, let's do this. Absolutely. She's like an improv artist. Let's, So she's totally
talking about coming from a place of yes.
Yeah, she's just just a dynamo, and someone that I really enjoyed meeting. I think that's one of the great things about this show is, it's a creative outlet for us, which shout out to Erica, who listens to the show.
Erica, Erica will always not be Azar to me, but Erica, yes. Erica Theory.
Yes. Erica Theory.
Yes.
Who I think is still on my phone is Erica Theory, quite possibly.
Always.
Because I never changed.
I would never. I don't like to change. I don't like it.
I did change Bisons to Demeglio. I don't know why. I did.
No.
I don't know why.
Never.
I don't know.
Can't.
So yeah, she had said this is such a creative outlet for us, and it is, and it's a way for us to have an additional space to be creative and talk to people and meet people and create something that we feel is helping as many people as possible, parents and teachers alike. But sometimes you get to meet some cool people and do some awesome things, and that was one of them. That was definitely something for me. That it was a great interview. It was a great talk, and she's going to be on a little special preview for season 4. You'll see her next season 2. We've already started, doing some planning, and we want to have her on again because she has even more stuff to talk to us about, which is great. So, really doing some cool stuff. So,
yes, absolutely.
Talk about a dedicated educator too.
Right, I'm on our pod page right now. Which, if you have not visited our pod page, we highly recommend that you do. It is linked right on our Instagram page, and it has all of the episodes that we've ever recorded, which is over 100 at this point. And it actually organizes them with like how to. A category of how-tos and self-improvement and education. So it's really amazing how it is organized on the pod page. And so there's just so many different talks and so much that we've learned throughout the course of this school year, and of course talking just you and I together, which are some of my favorites, and the things that we have experienced this year. Coming from the convention, we met the TikTok math girls.
Yes, we did.
Were, remember I was sucking their youth, and I can't get enough of it, and so of course,
that's right.
And so the two other really big, I think, themes of this year were the college journeys that we went on as parents, along with our your 2 kids and mine, so with the 3 our 3 kids going and doing all of the portals and the applications and the Common App, and then just talking to different experts like Jen Foldbury, and how to handle it, what to do, what not to do, and then of course our one theme that has really strung through the really the fiber of the podcast from the very beginning, which is caregiving and and of course grief, anticipatory grief as well as grief, and dealing with loss. So 26 25 26, it really took it out of me.
You've had a year.
Yes.
But also, that episode where we talked about your mom and we let people in on what had taken place and where you shared was just a raw emotional journey for you and for me, because I feel empathy and pain for someone that I greatly care about, you and your family. And I think that was, I never want to phrase it this way. I don't mean it to sound like douchey, but like it was great work. Like it was a show that we put together that I think honors the spirit of your family and your mom. Your eulogy that's in there, I think was poignant and beautiful. So, and some people might not have been ready to maybe listen to that episode because they've experienced some loss of their own. Maybe they weren't in the headspace, but when you are, I hope that you'll go back and
I do too.
Give it a listen.
Have you ever watched or listened to Anderson Cooper's podcast? Anderson Cooper has a podcast specifically dealing with grief and interviews people who have had different losses. Sometimes the loss of a child, the loss of a sibling, the loss of a parent. And so he interviewed Amy Sedaris and her brother, David. Do you know who they are?
I do.
Okay. So, he's an author. She, dabbles and is very a comedian, very funny. And, and so they were talking about the loss of their mom. And I just have to say, there are so many different places that you can go to and people who say something that, strikes a chord with you. And so Amy Sedaris had this whole line about, like my mother died and I wanted the whole world to stop. People were going to work, people were going to the store, they were shopping, and I wanted like to stand on the street and scream like, my mother died. You shouldn't be doing anything. And it was like, I felt like you are talking to me. And then her brother starts speaking, and I thought she could not be outdone, but then he did. He said, I have to write about my mother because I feel like the entire world deserves to know who she was. And the way that he spoke about it, it was like I really felt that way. Like I felt this just into the marrow of my bones that I needed to write and speak because I felt like the world, everyone needs to know something about my mom, and it needs to know how we all felt about her. And it was just like I felt so connected to him in that moment. And so, we have dabbled a little bit about anticipatory grief and caregiving. But if you are someone, who's looking for a little bit more, digging into that space, Anderson Cooper, who has lost like his dad and his mom and his brother. And he even did an episode on like the nanny who basically raised him, and even talking about her. But he's interviewed some people who might be famous, but they're regular people just like us. And, loss hits everybody, and so I would say give that episode for us a look back and a listen. And I obviously would appreciate it because I feel the same way. I want the whole world to know about her.
Yeah. And by no means will it be the last time we talk about her, for sure.
Oh my goodness, no. Yeah, of course.
mean, I'm sure things will come up, and I'm blessed to be, pretty much side by side with you on the journey that you're taking, and hope that, I'm a good sounding board for you, as you try to navigate this space, knowing that I have not piloted that ship. Like it's something that, I haven't gone through, as closely as you have. And I've experienced loss in life, but not of a parent. And they do say that changes you. So, and I could see that, but you've, I think, and I don't know if I ever really mentioned this, like I just see you as like the matriarch of your family at this point. And you might not want to be that person. Like, I'm too young to be the matriarch of my family, but you are. And for a variety of reasons, because of your caring nature, because of how people look to you for advice. I think that's something that I know your mom would be very proud of, that you're kind of taking on the mantle for her. So
yeah, and I promised her I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So, it is, it's definitely changes. We have a lot of changes. Sometimes, we question like, how many things can you deal with changing at one time?
Get a tray. Remember?
Oh my God, that's awesome. Of
plate,
course I do.
There's too much on my plate. Get a tray.
Oh my gosh, Jessica Plesniak, you sexy thing. She. Oh my goodness, that's like my
there's a laugh.
Ever.
Oh my God.
Goodness gracious, yes. Somebody once we were working with told her, "You are so sexy," and I was like, "Of course, me, I couldn't." I was like, "Say it again every minute." So like for 20 years, I've said nothing to her, but like, "You are so sexy."
In a Russian spy accent, I love it. Yeah.
You are so sexy.
Yes. Hello, Mr. Bond. Okay.
My God, but yeah, she was. She was told, I kind of needed to take something off of my plate, and they said you should get a tray. Classic. Just get a bigger dish,
Yeah.
Ay, ay, ay. But yeah, so, and people are really, that's why, people fascinate me. So it's, yes, the creative outlet of our space here in season 3, and also, just being observers to the amazing things that people are doing for sure. So, we met all of these amazing people in that network in the fall, and they have actually, given the dates for the convention for the fall for next year, which the New Jersey Teachers Convention is going to take place November 5th and 6th, with over 300 professional development and career opportunities for teachers, and we will be there.
Yep. Yes, we will.
And we are really looking forward to, to continuing the man on the street interviews and all of that kind of stuff.
Seriously, we're not like famous or anything, but like if you listen and you see us, like please come up and say hey, and like we'd love to have you pick a question out of the bucket. We don't necessarily use everything that we record, but we'd definitely love to hear from you. We love to talk to teachers and parents about what they're experiencing and how we can make this profession, the most noble profession, one of the most noble professions in the world, better and more sustainable for future generations of teachers. Speaking of future generations of teachers, one of my favorite things we did this year was, we were lucky enough to go back down to TCNJ and meet with
Joe's alma mater.
Yep, my alma mater. Which was very, very much like a poignant full circle moment for me. And it was right after my kids had like decided, here's where we're going to go. So it was just this very like full circle activity of like, I went there and I learned how to teach there. And I met my wife at that school. And like, there was just so much there of like a full circle moment that was really cool. But, those young people that we met made you like, I know for me, yeah, just an exceptional group of people, like, and how engaged. Like, look, it's a Thursday night. It's 8:00. We had this little game that we did. We didn't know how it was going to go, and they were engaged and they were competitive because, like, we had whiteboards and they were like writing things down and like, oh no, I did what? I need more time, and it was like a whole. They were totally into it. On what we used to call back in the day Thirsty Thursdays.
They were hyped up on Dunkin' Donuts.
Refreshments
hot chocolate.
Refreshments provided by Teachers Insurance Plan. But yeah, we like those young people like just made me realize, you know what? I think that this profession is going to be way better off if more people like them are going to wind up in the classroom, because they're engaging, they were fun, they were excited, they were enthusiastic, and I really hope they don't lose that, because this profession can beat it out of you.
Yeah.
Right.
They're shy. They were shiny and fresh, energetic, and
sucking up the youth again.
Yes, and I do believe that they will go out there into the world and spread their sparkle and leave a little dust behind wherever they go, because they were definitely a very bright light in the darkness of the winter, And I thought about them often since we've left. And of course, the College of New Jersey does such a great job preparing teachers and getting them ready for the job. And we had been on the NJEA podcast last year.
That's right. Yeah, with Bianca and Chelsea.
That's right.
And now Chelsea graduated, and she's going to be heading into the classroom. I mean, amazing. It's crazy.
Little girls growing up.
Yeah, right before our eyes.
Oh, my goodness.
Congrats, Chelsea, if you're listening.
Yes, congrats.
Yeah. But no,
that was a very cool experience.
Yeah, it was
for sure.
And when we're trying to go into more colleges and meet with people, and when we do that, we're not like publicizing our show. Like we mentioned, like, hey, we're podcasters, but we say like, hey, we're teachers. We've been doing this for 28, 29 years. However many years it is, right? And like, we want to give you the real of what this job is. Like, let's talk. Let's do something fun where you learn like the stuff that they don't teach you in the classroom. Like, we can talk about that stuff because we are the boots on the ground people who've been doing this job for a very long time.
Right. So we have, it's like on our vision board, Kean University, Monmouth University.
Yeah. It's hard, because a lot of people are like, oh, recording and releases, and I'm like, we're not.
We'll do it.
No, we're just coming in to like have a talk, and really because we're passionate about where the next group of teachers is going to come from.
We want to provide supports that we know are so necessary, especially when we talked to Dr. Lefko.
Yes.
No, I'm so sorry. I'm confusing her with Allison Hitchens. We talked to Allison Hitchens, professor from Florida, and she had some startling numbers on how quickly many teachers leave the profession.
I was very surprised by some of the numbers that she gave.
I mean, and I know, like in my own children's school, hearing stories of, and nope, they made it 2 years. Oh, they made it a year. So we see this, and so we want to provide the support that we know is so absolutely necessary to our new and beginning teachers. And like so many of them have said, you have that mentor for the first year. Sometimes they're not even in the same subject area or grade as you, and then after that, they're just pulled away from you, or you might be a transfer teacher and you're starting somewhere else and you don't have a mentor, and so there's so many different scenarios of different things that might happen, and so providing support in the community of teaching is very important to us, and we will continue to do so and seek out others who are like-minded.
Absolutely. That's kind of the goal of what we're doing. Have you ever thought, I work in education, why is finding a job so weirdly hard?
Yeah, scrolling through random job boards where half the listings don't even make sense is not the vibe.
That's why NJSchoolJobs.com actually makes sense.
It's a job board built specifically for New Jersey schools, public, private, charter, and parochial.
Teachers, administrators, counselors, support staff, coaching opportunities. If your job involves a bell schedule, this site's for you.
It's free for job seekers. You can upload your resume, set job alerts, and apply without jumping through hoops.
Schools across New Jersey actively use NJSchoolJobs.com, so these are real, current openings.
They also host virtual job fairs where you can connect with multiple districts online. No driving all over the state.
Those are coming up soon, so check the link in our episode description to register.
Head to NJSchoolJobs.com.
Hey, teacher besties, I'm Andrea Forcum, and I am so excited to share with you that my book, They Never Taught Us That, is available right now. It is everything an experienced or first-year teacher needs to manage the chaos of the modern classroom, including some anecdotes to make you feel a little bit better. Because if there is a way that you can screw up, I've probably done it. It also has advice on how to build trust with families, how to manage grading and lesson plans and IEPs and everything else that they never went over in your teacher prep program. They Never Taught Us That is available everywhere right now.
Yeah. So what are some other moments or times or things that stand? I know I'm so finding the words today. That are standing out to you about.
You know what is well, it's not a particular moment, but I do just have to comment quickly on one thing that always gets me as I'm still I'm looking at looking at the pod page a little bit here. And something that does get me is like we've been working with a company out of California called Human Content. And so they, put together our website and pod page for us. And anytime I hop on over to the pod page, there is one thing that still amazes me and has throughout this whole season. How many platforms we are available on.
I know.
Right?
What's really funny is if you asked me right now to list them, I'd probably get like 5.
All right, hold on. Let me see. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Okay, so there's 18.
Yeah. I don't even know there's 18 platforms that existed.
Tell me a couple of them. So, obviously there's like the obvious ones.
Yeah. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube.
Yep.
Are we on iHeartRadio? We're on iHeartRadio.
Yep.
Okay.
Good job. Get one more.
We are also on, oh my goodness. What's the, and now it's escaping me. I have the logo in my head.
Do you want me to give you a letter?
Yeah.
P? No. A?
Did I say Apple Podcast? I said Apple Podcast.
Oh, there's 2 more A's. There's 3 more A's.
Oh, my 3 more A's. Audacity.
Good.
Audacity's one.
Very good. Also, A for Amazon Music and
Amazon
A for
Music.
Audible.
That's right.
Yes,
Audible. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good Pods, Castro, Podchaser. There are so many here.
And look, and not everybody listens on those platforms. But we do get a good amount of traction from different platforms too, which is like, look, our company, Human Content, which by the way, we'll take a moment to say some thank yous, right? Thank you to the people at Human Content and to Todd at NJSchoolJobs.com and to Chris and Emma at Teachers Insurance Plan for believing in a little show that when I tell you we started literally from an idea and nothing. Literally it was let's freaking do this.
We're doing it.
We're doing it. We're doing a thing. And we didn't know what was going to happen. and it's just something that was, born out of great talks that you and I would have, and it's just so like cool to see exactly what this has become, right? And it's still like human content calls us the little engine that could in their catalog, because they help us do some stuff and they help us like set up ads and things like that, but like everything else is us. Like we're the ones doing the social media platform stuff. We're the ones that are recording.
and
and
Joe
does
all of the editing and all of the wording and all of the that is a
and
big process.
Yeah, and also, Jamie, sets up the social clips and, posts things and boosts stuff and like we didn't know what any of this was 3 years ago.
Right.
And we're still figuring it out.
Yes.
So like that, I want that to be a lesson to anyone that's listening. Like, just try. Like it, especially because like it gives us an outlet to talk about a job that we very much care about. Like, we care about being in the classroom. We care about teachers. We care about our students, parents, and the journey that we are all on. Like, we're all just like, it's something that we totally believe in. And I don't mean it to sound hokey or corny, but like our whole goal
but it
from
doesn't.
the very
it sounds
beginning,
sincere. Yeah.
Yeah. The whole goal from us in the very beginning was let's help as many teachers and parents as we can.
Yeah.
And
we ended up helping ourselves along the way, which is magnificent.
Yeah.
Right.
For sure.
My standout this year is not necessarily a person, but the new experience this year for me by far was the collaboration and partnership with the New Jersey Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
The studio, Isaac, having a producer, it's my childhood dream for someone to tell me, like, this is a multi-camera situation. Okay, let's look here, look there, look here. My God, it was like 8-year-old me was freaking out. Like my Tiffany on the boombox, I think we're alone now. And now I'm looking at Isaac and where am I going? And there's a green screen. And it was like, this is from my basement of Kiwami Drive. We are doing, to me, oh my goodness. There was a show every day in my basement as a child. So, and we would sell tickets and, my mom was like, I don't want to buy another ticket, but we, oh no, buy a ticket. It's fine. It's going to be great. And so true. So to be in that space. And so, it was just so beautiful. And I know we are already making some plans to go back there next year. We are stoked. And it is, I will be in the karaoke booth.
Oh, we got to do that.
Okay, because that is one thing so far that social media.
Yeah, I think we need to do that at least once. I should do that.
We have to. Social media needs
what
us.
was your go-to karaoke song? What are we choosing now? Listen, at the
I
New
know
Jersey
you
Hall,
have one.
Yes, I do. I do know that that at the New Jersey Hall of Fame, you choose a New Jersey musical artists with. If you're not from New Jersey, there are plenty of them. Bruce Springsteen, John Bon Jovi, Celia Cruz, Azúcar.
She's my
thing.
Good.
My Queen Latifah. There's so many, right?
Oh.
Yeah. But outside of those, what would be your go-to karaoke song?
When you live musically, as I do,
yes,
it's very difficult to have just one song.
If you had to narrow it down, 2 songs.
To one song?
Yeah, well, it's like 2 songs that you would do.
I'm such a musical theater nerd that it would be very difficult for me not to pick something that's from a show. My all-time favorite musical is Gypsy. And, just Little Mama Rose action.
Gotcha.
I could never be steered wrong. Also, this year I've gotten heavily into the Mean Girls musical. So I could do, it's hard to pick a song when you want to do the entire show.
Yes.
From start to finish.
Can you do it in your basement? We'll sell tickets. We'll get people. Buy tickets. It's going to be great.
It's crazy, too, because my sister and I were often, in the shows together. And then our friend Erin, my mom used to watch our friend Erin. And then her mom would work like really late, like 6:30, 7 o'clock. And I can only imagine her coming home from at 7 o'clock at night. And we're like, get in the basement. You got to see the show.
The 80s were a simpler time.
Oh my gosh. It was just so much playing and so much singing. So, and if you ask the students, I mean, like my students, I sing all the time in the classroom. I sing to them. I make songs up. It's always some sort of a show. Yeah. So I don't know. I guess I'd have to narrow down my one go-to karaoke song. Yeah. Interesting. What's yours again?
Listen, I have a number of choices, but I definitely would go with the Humpty Dance by Digital Underground. It's more of a rap than it is. I mean, that's a jam. That's an absolute jam.
Yeah.
Just because it's classic. But no, we will be going back to the New Jersey Hall of Fame. And I also, a quick shout out to Nick Ferroni, who I know works with them and does some social media posting and publicity with them. Who introduced us to some people, specifically Allie, who helped us out with Isaac and the team that's over there.
Yes.
And this was just like, hey, you guys are a New Jersey podcast. You guys, are trying to help parents and teachers. We have a cool space. Why don't you come and use it? And we were like, sure.
Yes.
And that's kind of literally how it happened.
Yes.
And
it's
Jessica
so cool.
Hawk
for coming and
oh my God, yeah, we forgot about that.
Us.
Like what that episode that we did with Jessica was just like where we that was our like tech reset month where we did an episode with it. That is a fantastic episode.
It is.
A lot of our clips from that got a lot of traction on social media too. But like Jess is such a wealth of knowledge, even though she is a retired teacher, but she is on the pulse of like legislation as well as the changing landscape of education and what the classroom looks like. Like she's really a knowledgeable person and very passionate about our job, and just so like what a great conversation we had with her. It's really really was great.
And her hair, it's everything.
Yeah, it's everything.
I mean, Merv Lapousse and the Tech Reset episodes, that really, that series struck a chord with so many people because we are really feeling the effects of, the last, 10, 15 years of smartphones, and now with social media and, the last maybe 5, 6, 7 years, post-COVID. Post-pandemic with, having so many computers and devices in schools. And that series was definitely.
And the pullback too, the districts that are pulling back.
Yeah.
We had Marcy on from California who talked about, I think it was Los Angeles Unified School District that she was in, teaching in an AP class. It was like, put the devices away. We're not doing it.
That's right.
And it was, a lot of districts are doing that. They're going back to carts. They're pulling back, devices. They're
also
really
the expense too, generally.
Yeah, being more aware of screen time and the contribution that school has to that. Navigating the space of all these different AI tools and how to make sure that they're properly used.
Yes.
Ethically in the classroom, which is a whole other conversation for another time.
Yes. I recently had a student who asked me, like, what's your favorite AI platform?
Yeah.
I said,
Clippy.
I said, I'm still Clippy.
Clippy.
I said, I'm still, still trying not to use it as much, I
Me
don't, but then every once in a while, someone will say something. I'm like, oh, right. I could, so I think I've been like that really always, especially with tech. It's, I like to know. I like to be in the know. I like to be able to use it, figure it out, see how it's applicable, and then also not, which is my approach in my classroom, I think. And I've always been, someone who like, yes, we're going to do it, but it's not exclusive, which is also why, and I'm sure that there are lots of teachers who agree with me, I don't like to be prescribed what I have to do. Like, don't tell me what is right for my classroom. Don't tell me that I have to or don't have to based on a day of the week or a time amount. It may not suit every class, every child, right? And when we talk about differentiating, that is another piece of it. Not every kid or group of kids can handle the same thing. And if I am the professional, I should be able to use my professional discretion and experience.
Yep. Agreed.
Period. Right?
Period.
I know.
For sure.
Yes, we've talked about this a few times, and I know we were both on the same side of that. So, and of course, Teacher Pay with Kay. She's a great guest.
We're gonna, we're definitely gonna start off our season
Talk about being
talking
well read and well informed, and
we got to talk about school funding, something we haven't talked about. I think that's a topic in season 4 because
absolutely.
Districts across the country are cutting positions and, getting rid of after school programs, varsity sports,
Yes. Even busing.
Yeah, because
so you can't have after school activities because of the
changing landscape
right.
of what it's like. And, some districts are like, oh, your parents are going to have to pay $100 for freshman sports, and some parents can't pay that. And I think that that's a big talk. It's not a topic that we've shied away from, but I don't think that Jamie and I really just haven't been in the hey, we got to do a little research and read up on this a little bit more.
Yes.
To kind of be more in the know about it. But it's going to directly affect, the biggest wave that I see coming that I think we're going to have to fight as a profession is class size. We have to start looking at, it's not, technology is important and screen time and all that stuff. I get that. It is very important. But class size is going to start becoming a thing. When we're packing 25, 28 kids in an AP English class and expecting it in multiple AP English classes. And then we are expecting a teacher, and I'm not saying this is specific to our district. I'm just saying other teachers that I talk to that I know that are I have 25 kids in my AP class. First of all, how many of them actually belong in AP? Second of all, how on God's green earth can you manage that workload? It's untenable. It's impossible to teach writing and give individualized feedback, and then you're talking we could just do batch feedback using an AI tool or Brisk or ChatGPT. No, that's not viable ready feedback. We're asking teachers to do more than they can actually do, but then we're saying, oh, there's an AI tool that could help you do that. But that's not authentic to those teachers. They don't want to do that.
No, and teaching is for people, by people, with people. So it takes away at the very root and heart of what makes teaching magic. It takes it and it diminishes the power of that. And that's something, obviously, as teachers, we are never going to be on that side because we are for teachers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. What are, as we transition to the end of our episode and, that we start hearing the Pomp and Circumstance song playing in the background. And this episode is actually going to be debuting the day that our children are graduating from high school, which is a major monumental moment in and of itself.
That's right.
To look ahead, what are you thinking about for season 4 that you are most looking forward to of what we've talked about and started to plan? Let's give the people a little tease about what they're going to see next season.
Something that I'm really looking forward to next season is we're going to change up the structure of the show a little bit and have some very specific segments, so that way our listeners can have specific things that they know are coming that we're going to talk about, and then also contribute to. And so we would love more audience participation, and so I'm interested in those two things. Of course, I love talking to people, hearing their stories, their experiences. And like I said, everybody has a shine and they just leave a little bit of that sparkle behind. And so I am really looking forward to the dusting of glitter, if you will, from the people that are just out there like us every day doing the work and then just leaving something fantastic behind. So how about you?
I think this is going to sound like a weird one. Turning people down.
Ooh.
Because we are and I don't mean that to sound
humble brag.
To sound
That's exciting, Joe.
We have a number of people that are reaching out to us to be on the show. Hey, there's this author and this person is sending us emails and stuff, and we're I don't necessarily know if that's the right fit, but thank you for asking. And it's just weird to be in that position. It's wild to be in that position. Really, so I'm not trying to sound arrogant, we're a little show that tries to help as many people as possible, but that's pretty cool to be hey, not right now, or maybe reach out in a few months, or there's been a couple where it's been I don't know if that's the right fit, where before we would have been there's a guest, let's figure it out. we would have been like freaking out. But no, we already have like a group of people that are lined up.
Right, like we want to talk to you about
Yeah.
how to change your toilet.
Yeah.
Like anything random. Sure,
Yeah.
no problem. Come on into
But
the
now
studio.
we actually have a slate of guests already where, you know, we might have to have more guest spots and change things up a little bit. So like
Right.
Jamie and I, you know, that although we know
flexible.
that summertime is a place to recharge the batteries and stuff like that, you know, Jamie and I are going to be doing a lot of planning behind the scenes to make, you know, the next season of our show the best one that we can make it.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And of course,
And-
we will be wildly active on social media all summer.
Yes, you'll
so
see
hit
us all
up
summer.
on TikTok, Instagram, and
Yeah.
even Facebook because we are moms.
Old people
And-
internet.
Yes.
That's what I call it. I'm like, oh, you know, Facebook, old people internet. My students just roll their eyes and laugh at me.
I mean, the FB, you know, you got to keep it going. So, so definitely check out and follow along, and then go back into the catalog from the pod page, which is of course linked right on our Instagram and TikTok. It'll take you right to our website, and all of the episodes are there as well.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You
And
know,
of course, we're going to be interacting with our sponsor, Mr. Vitale.
Yeah, Teachers Insurance Plan Season 3 is brought to you by our presenting sponsor, Teachers Insurance Plan. Check out their website, which is linked in our episode, for more information and to get a quote. Teachers Insurance Plan, auto insurance that brings exclusive educator savings and exceptional customer care to New Jersey and Pennsylvania educational employees. I am always excited and honored to do this journey with you. I'm pleased that 3 years ago you listened to my shirtless request to do a podcast. And you know, it's really cool to do this with somebody who is a good friend and whose ability in the classroom I also admire. So thanks for continuing to do this journey with me.
Mr. Vitale, I want to say I appreciate all of your support, especially this year. I was here, there, and everywhere, and you always kept that space open for me to talk about, cry, freak out, and especially during some of the hardest times, moving things, scheduling things, changing things, and always making me feel like I was able to push something, change something, or not have to show up at all. And that is the sign of a true and genuine partner. So I appreciate it very much.
Anytime, buddy. And so if we didn't mention somebody, like it's like the Academy Award speech, like thank you to anyone or any person who's reached out or sponsored us or sent us a guest or helped us talk to someone or did a virtual electronic intro or whatever. You know, we are excited about this journey, and we couldn't do this type of stuff without you guys. And the most important thing that I learned is that you can get mono from a cow. You would know. Yes, it's still my favorite moment from this season, hands down. So listen, we will see everybody in September in season 4 of the Balancing Act podcast.
Yes.
All right.
Can't wait.
Bye.
Bye.
Look for the Balancing Act podcast every week on your favorite podcast platform. New episodes drop every Tuesday. Thank you for being a part of our audience. We appreciate you.